Thank you, everyone, for tuning in once again to the Survivor's Guide to Modern Credit YouTube channel. If you haven't done so already, please don't forget to subscribe. We're going to have some great information flowing through this particular station, so make sure you stay in tune. Today, we're going to talk about removing late payments and specifically dealing with disputes and how disputes work and how to get late payments updated, adjusted, or removed. So I thought it would be effective to build a dispute letter from scratch. That way, everyone out there can get an idea of how to do it. And, I think the challenge today is going to be how to do it as quick as possible. Okay, so I'm going to actually time myself to see how quick we can do this dispute letter. All right. Now remember, letters like this and others can be found in a Survivor's Guide to Modern Credit. There's a plethora of different dispute letters and objection letters to have corrections and adjustments made to a credit profile. Okay, so keep that in mind. So here we go. Let's begin. I'm going to just go ahead and open up my Word document. Let's see. Go to a new document here. Oops. All right. Let's just start a new document. Okay, so first thing we like to do with a letter is we like to address who it's coming from and who it's going to. So this would be your name. Let's say you're disputing a debt. And for all intents and purposes, we're going to say, how about Jane Doe? Okay, and Jane Doe lives in 123 any street. And that's any town in, say, California. And we put our zip code. Now, one thing that the credit card companies implore you to do is identify yourself in your letter. So they require that you reveal your social security number as well as your date of birth. Okay? So the name that you want to put down on this letter is going to be the name that's associated with your credit report. So if you have a current copy of your credit report, look at your credit report and see how it's reporting in the personal information section of your credit report. You want to mimic that, okay? You're not going to put your nickname here. You're not going to put what your mama calls you or your Uncle Joe calls you. You're going to put the name that the credit reports know you as. And you're going to put the address that the credit reports have for you, the most recent address, if you can help it. Okay, obviously, if you've moved, all right, then you have to put the address that you live at now. All right, but use the same information they have. It makes it much more easier for processing. The next thing I want to say is put your social security number here and also your date of birth. Okay, so right here, all right, so there's your social, and then you put your date of birth here. All right, okay, all right, so now we have an idea of who this is coming from. Okay, now we need to know who it's going to. Now, in the Survivor's Guide to Modern Credit, we have a handy little cheat sheet that's in the guide, and it's called Credit Bureau Addresses and Contacts. So if you click on this handy little guide, it will tell you all the addresses for the particular credit bureaus. Okay, so here we are here. Now let's say we want to send this letter to Experian. Okay, we'll go ahead and input their information here. going to be a little big. We'll just tighten it up. There we go. And there we are. Okay, very simple. All right. Now, one thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you date this. Okay, so we can put today's date here. Okay, and now you can start your letter. Okay, now what I like to also do is put a little subject line regarding inaccurate payment history reporting. Pardon me, y'all. I'm not the best of spellers here. Okay, so regarding inaccurate payment history reporting, just to summarize what this particular letter is going to be about. Okay, so you can start by saying, I've just reviewed my credit report and I have noticed there to be an inaccurate reporting. I'm sorry. There it is. On the following account. Now, if you have more than one account, of course, you can put an S here. All right. I just reviewed my credit report and I noticed there to be an inaccurate reporting on the following accounts. Now, in the case of this client, the name of the account is American Student Assistance. And we have it up here. And so we'll say that the name of it is American Student Assistance. Okay. And we also want to reflect the account number. Which is blocked out here, but you can do XXX just to signify. Okay. And then you want to put it in a category. Okay. You want to say payment history. And we'll say no payments. Now you can also say you could say charged off, right? Or you can say 120 days late. Okay. It all depends on your situation. All right. This particular client, it's showing that it's charged off, and it's not reflecting that the client has made 5 or more payments. And so that's where we're going with this particular one. Okay. Let's see. So we'll say no payment, no payments. There we are. Okay. So let's see here. For our client situation, we have American Student Assistance. Now, American Student Assistance has not been reporting any of the payments that the client's been making for the last 5 months. So September, August, July, June, and May have not been reported. And that could potentially increase her credit score if we got those to report accurately. Okay, so the goal here is to get them to at the very least update this to reflect what it needs to reflect. So what we're saying here is we're conveying the information that's necessary for them to facilitate the dispute and get it to the creditors, because the basis of what they're doing is they're acting as a middle party. So their correspondence with the creditors will determine whether or not your dispute is valid. Once you contact the credit reporting agencies, they will contact the creditors. Creditors will have a limited amount of time to respond back to the credit bureaus. If they do not respond within that particular period of time, then the account will be adjusted. If they do respond back to something that is against your statement, then your request will be denied. Okay? So you want to make sure that you're honorable, and the information that you're submitting to the credit report agency can be easily verified, and it should be no problem to have your dispute honored. Okay? So in this particular case, we want to speak on behalf of the client, and we're going to say something to the effect of, since May 18th, I have made 5 payments of $77 on the 18th of every month. These payments are being made through FHCAN and Associates. Now, again, every situation is different. In this situation, the particular individual is paying a debt collection agency who works for the lender, which is American Student Assistance. So the debt hasn't actually been sold in this particular case. If it had been sold, we would probably approach it a little bit differently. But in this case, FHCAN and Associates is acting as a debt collector on behalf of American Student Assistance. So those payments should be getting routed from FHCAN and Associates to American Student Assistance. And since they haven't been reporting it, it is their responsibility to do so. In this case, not so much the debt collector, but the loan guarantor. Okay, so I'm going to identify that FHCAN and Associates, Inc., because they're a corporation, is a debt collector. On behalf of American Student Assistance. And we said that they are the loan guarantor. They guaranteed the loan. I know my spelling is horrible, so I apologize. All right, so very easy so far. Next, I'm going to say these payments have not been reporting accurately. According to the Fair Debt Collections Practices. Actually, I'm sorry. It's not FDCPA. It's the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which is the FCRA. Now, just so everyone knows the difference, the FDCPA governs how debt collectors can collect against you. The FCRA governs how creditors and debt collectors must report the information to the crediting bureaus. Okay, so two separate acts. I recommend that you read both of them. I think what we'll do is do a webinar where we will discuss and go through those particular acts because they're very powerful. But these payments have not been reported. I'm sorry, my grammar. Not been reported accurately according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and must be corrected, right? Because that's what we want them to do immediately, or as time permits. Thank you for your attention in this matter. And that's it. Real simple, real to the point. Okay. Now this is the version that we have to create here, but this could be replaced with anything. Okay. So let's say you wanted to say, let's say you wanted to change it just a little bit. Okay. Let's say you had a Chase account. Okay. All right. Now, let's say the Chase account is listed as being 60 days late, but you've never been late. You don't remember being late. Okay? So you're going to say just that. This account is listed as being 60 days late. I have never been late on this account. Simple, right? Whatever you plan on saying here can be interchangeable, okay? But the basis of the letter is very simple. Introduce yourself. Who do you plan on the letter going to? What's the subject of the letter? Why have you written? Okay. What is the account that needs to be looked at? And what's the storyline behind the account? Okay. After that, you can pretty much close the letter. Thank you for your attention in this matter, Jane Doe. And what you like to do, what I like to do rather, is put enclosures in here. Okay. So one thing that you always want to accompany with your disputes is a copy of your driver's license. Okay. Because this helps them recognize who you are. All right, and that should only be one page. Okay, and you also want to accompany a copy of a bank statement or a utility bill. Okay. Okay. That should probably be one page each too. Now, in this case, we are going to include a copy of rehabilitation letter. Okay. I think this is 2 pages. All right, so why are we including her rehabilitation letter? Because that is the proof. In fact, I forgot that particular part. Let's go ahead and pop that in there. I have enclosed the following signed and dated rehabilitation letter, actually agreement to prove my position. Very simple. Okay, so let's read through it. I have just reviewed my credit report, and I have noticed there to be an inaccurate reporting on the following account. And I'm going to change this because it's only one account, so we don't need that. Okay, so let's bring this back. All right. American Student Assistance is the account number. Here's the payment history. Since May 18th, I have made 5 payments of $77 on the 18th of every month. These payments are being made through F.H. Cannon Associates, Inc., a debt collector, on behalf of American Student Assistance, the loan guarantor. These payments have not been reported accurately according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act and must be corrected immediately. I have enclosed the following signed and dated rehabilitation agreement letter to prove my position. Thank you for your attention in this matter, Jane Doe, and then you'll go ahead and sign your signature right here. So, I hope this was helpful for everyone. As you can see, it's very simple. I think we were just under 12 minutes here, so we're doing pretty good on time. Now, what you'd want to do once your letter is actually complete and finished is you'd want to print this letter out, okay? Of course, you'd want to sign it. And then you're going to send another letter, almost identical. In fact, it's going to be exactly identical to the other 2 credit reporting agencies, okay? So you would go back to your cheat sheet, just to give you an example. You're going to go back to your cheat sheet, and you're going to simply copy and paste another reporting agency to your letter. I'm going to put mine right in here. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. And there it is. Okay. So, and maybe, you might want to be a little bit more cordial by saying, Dear TransUnion. That can't hurt, right? So, there you have it. How to dispute a payment, a late payment history, or any type of inaccurate reporting. This goes for anything that's reporting inaccurately, okay? That would be payment history, that could be balance amount, that could be the date that it was opened. Anything that's inaccurate can be disputed and reported on your credit report. All right, so it's a very, very powerful tool in order to accomplish what you want to accomplish. Okay, so once again, we appreciate you tuning in to us. Make sure you go ahead and purchase a Survivor's Guide to Modern Credit. If you want to learn more information and you want to be up to date with all the current technology regarding credit and finance, go ahead and go to www.guidetomoderncredit.com. Click on the Download Now link and take a look at all the things that are included within a Survivor's Guide to Modern Credit. Then just go ahead and click on PayPal and download it. You'll be sent a link within, I think, 30 seconds. It's really quick. And you can download your guide and start going to work. This is a great, great package for those who are entrepreneurs, who like to get into the credit repair business to help others. This is a great guide to help you get started. It's going to show you how to create and link your CPNs. It's going to show you how to do authorized user accounts, how to get primary trade lines. It's going to show you how to get funding for your business and personal funding. So it's a great trampoline, so to speak, to help you jump off and get started with your business if that's what you're doing, or if you just need to get some personal things in order with your finances, it's a great tool to help you do that as well. All right. So make sure you go and download that. I hope everyone has an excellent day today, and we'll talk soon.